Men are beasts. Why are they so lusty? Why they love to torture women? I think so it's because it's there in their blood. They lost control after seeing a beautiful woman. The lust they have started annoying them. Men have so much aggression they just don't want to accept that someone, especially a woman, is want to control them. Man was sitting on the chair along her partner Nine. They both were working on a case in which a husband killed his wife after she asked for divorce. That man has so much his friends who were trying to save him. But Vine and Nile, she was checking the files, but suddenly her cell phone started ringing. She grabbed the cell phone and picked up the call. On the call, Vine, yes, mom, your sister came back, so meet her. She came back, really? Yes, and she's waiting for you. Okay, I'm coming. She cut her call and started packing her bag. So she came back, Vine ordered, and he closed the file. He got up. Nine, I'm going, so bye. By their time is almost over. That's why they were leaving. She came out while holding the file and bag and started walking towards the car. But suddenly she saw a man. She stopped and looked around. That man was walking towards her. She didn't move and just stared at him. Suddenly that man pulled out the and threw it. One put her file on her face and defended herself, but she didn't understand what happened. She removed the file and heard the screams, and then she realized that man threw that on her face. She started running behind him with so many cards. That girl was crying and people were helping her. What happened? Her mother asked after seeing her crying. Mom, he threw that in front of my eyes. She broke into tears while hugging her mother. Her sister worriedly looked at her. Don't cry, it's not your mistake. He did that because she wants divorce. Don't cry, her mother looked at her sister. Her family support her, but she became a lawyer. Her father died years ago, and it was his wish to see her as a lawyer. She wanted to fulfill his wish, but after becoming lawyer, she saw so many brutal cases. 2 years later. You better divorce your wife, and this is my order. One smiled and got up while hugging the girl. Her husband was so abusive, he beat her all the time, and he didn't want to give her divorce because of alimony. But because of Van, they are getting divorced. Now he will not disturb you. Thank you, Van smiled, and they all went out. She came out and good morning, Miss Moy, and she looked at the card and smiled while saying good morning. He was walking, and Niall came out of the room. So you won the case, Van smiled. Let's party tonight. Okay, and but then someone entered and her smile fell. After seeing him, the handsome man in brown hair and brown coat, he looked at her and smiled while the mole under his eyes looked beautiful. Her smile fell and her expression changed and her mood got ruined. Vine was standing there like a statue. Now I looked at her and Jungkook really has so much money, nobody can do anything against him. Vine, I'm talking to. She was still looking straight. She came out and his cars were parked in front of the court. The black skin, shiny cars looked so beautiful, but she looked down and started walking towards the car. She opened the door and looked at the secretary. Her heart beat raced as she took off her coat because of the sweat. After seeing him so many years later, she felt different. He was still the same. His attractive voice, his personality, everything was the same. He didn't change. He is the beast of her life, but being a man of corner. President, he's so powerful. Why are you okay? Niall asked. I'm okay, don't worry. At home. Mine was lying on the bed while playing with her own long, beautiful hair, but suddenly her cell phone started ringing. She picked up the call and, Mine, what are you doing? Best friend, nothing, just lying. If you don't have anything, then visit me. Yeah, but I miss you. Please come. Janku is also a call. I can't come. I have a case to solve. Okay, then come after solving this. Okay. And after talking about random things, she cut the call. One puffs of the beast went back. I hate to see him, and the reason is so valid. I wanted to destroy him, but he's so powerful. That, that she said after picking up the call of Nile. I think so. You took my file. Can you please return it because I need it? Okay, where are you? I'm at my office. Okay, I'm coming. He thanked her and she cut the call. She got up after grabbing the key. She came here. She unlocked the car and sat down in it. She started the engine and drove off. The light turned red and she stopped the car. Suddenly her cell phone started ringing and she picked up the call. On the call, yes, Carl. What are you doing? Carl asked. I'm going to give Nally his files. I mistakenly took it and now I'm going to return it. Okay, suddenly Django spoke from behind. Kyle, whom are you talking to? So he's with you. Yeah, he came to meet me and we were talking about business. She rolled her eyes and about to speak, but suddenly she took a look at the other side of the road and saw that a big vehicle was coming towards her. So much speed she can't process anything, and within a few seconds, her car rolled in the air and she her car crashed. Her friend was calling her name loudly, but she lost her conscience. The mirror of the car shattered on the road, and her blood ran on the road. She was breathing, and her sense that someone was pulling her out of the car. She closed her eyes. She opened her eyes and saw the light. The doctors were operating her. Her vision was still blurry and confusing. She opened her eyes. She heard and tried to remove the white sheet, but they injected her something, and she again lost her conscience. The sound of her heartbeat was the only thing that room. A man in a grey black suit entered along with two guards. People looked at them as they walked towards the room. The Zora was insane. His insanity was screaming beauty. He entered and she looked at him with her early eyes. Her eyes were looking like they were in shock. He walked towards her and stood beside her. Are you okay? She was looking at him. He touched her eyes with emotion. You are still in shock. She didn't say anything. I will kill him. He deserves to die. He forgets who I am. I will order my guards to kill him. And then she tried to scream. No, don't kill him. He looked at her surprisingly. What, are you crazy? He literally tried to kill you. Don't do anything with him, she whispered. Why, and I will take my revenge, she said. Yeah, but why did he do this? He was in love with you. But the boss, he got married 6 months ago. Yeah, I think so. He came up with a Starfish company. They wanted to kill you because you won a case against them. She sat down on the chair and looked at her mother, who was sleeping while crying. When Jungkook was asking about it, don't talk about him. She turned her face because she doesn't want to answer him. I'm not in the mood of talking. Okay. She closed her eyes while Kyle started hacking Mac's system. 1 week later. Well, I will wait for you in New York. Okay, today's car was going very much. One condition became back clear. Nobody would hurt you again. I promise I would cut off their hands. He smiled and he grabbed his bag and took out the ring and handed it away. Why? The ring will show them signs. Before hurting you, they would realize that you belong to me. I mean, you are my best friend. She raised her brows. She smiled. Thank you for everything. He smiled. It's okay. And then Jungkook called. On the card, did you save that? Which card looked at her and closed her eyes out of anger? Jungkook, don't say that. Well, damn, come back if you saved that bitch. You literally have no manners. Wine shouted. Well, I'm same as you, my lady. Don't call me that. Well, I don't understand why you both hate each other. She said goodbye to her and drove off. In the middle of the night, one was staring at the ceiling fan as she lost in her imaginations. Flashback. Why do you learn this test? Yeah, I will get full marks today, she laughed. Why? Someone is looking at you, she said while pointing at Matt. Wine smiled and she looked at him. He immediately turned his cape while smiling. Look how he's smiling. Well, nowadays he's showing too much interest in you. Yeah, but I'm not ready. What do you mean? He's the most attractive boy in our university. Yeah, but I want him to confess. Her friend smiled. Flashback and after getting flashbacks, she closed her eyes. When I've seen so much in her life, after getting admission in universities, her life became harder, and after that, her life got harder and harder. She met so many people, and Jungkook was one of them. Jungkook's role was so bad in her life. She had aside and sat down and grabbed her cell phone. She called him on the call. Hi, Ryan. How do you feel now that you got into a accident? I'm okay now. What were you doing? I was working and thinking about you, thinking about me. I mean, I want to meet you. Okay, then come to my place. Okay, she stayed silent after Mac talked to her and he was feeling her motionless voice after talking for 10 minutes. They hung up. The next day, she rang the bell and Mac came with a smile. She also smiled and entered inside. Welcome and thank you. She walked and saw his innocent and beautiful pregnant wife. His wife was younger than him and from a middle class family. She paused a smile and walked towards him. Really? I told her about you. He smiled and they sat down. I heard that you got into an accident. How do you feel? It was serious accident, but now I'm okay. You are still looking dull. Yeah, excuse me. She got up and walked towards the kitchen. Mac smiled and when I feel a sting in my heart when I heard that you got into an accident. Your wife is beautiful. She changed the topic. Yeah, she is. I didn't know that. She is so caring and sweet. I'm lucky. Man, do you find her to do that? No, that man is so powerful. He harmed. Don't worry, he will not hurt you again. He was filled in his voice was filled with regret. Dina came out with things and placed them on the table. One smiled and appreciated because Dina was younger than her. When Aiden talked with them after 2 hours, she got up and thank you for everything. Now I have to go. They both got up. I have something for you, she said and climbed the stairs. They walked towards the air and stood. Why? I'm sorry for everything. Why are you saying sorry? I don't know why. But sorry, she smiled and hugged him. He was surprised, but suddenly he felt something hard and she showed him. Rina came and he fell down. Rina came downstairs and started crying after seeing her husband. She sat down on the floor while calling the ambulance. She opened the door and sat down while starting the engine. So did you read that? On the speaker, I just shoot him twice. I hope he will get what he did. Yeah. Good, I'm wondering that why he called you. He thought that I stopped talking to him because of you. He doesn't know that the real reason. Yeah, he was guilty, but I wanted my revenge. Also, he loves his wife. You did great. I'm feeling bad for his wife. Yeah, but I wanted my revenge. The next month. He didn't even try to sue me. Yeah, I think I saw it's because he felt guilty. Yeah, they were sitting in the company. Man came to New York to meet Carl, and now they both were talking to each other. Suddenly, the door of the room opened and her guest was showing. She gasped and he turned her gaze. I'm going because some beginner's businessman is coming, so he later. She nodded and Carl walked out, leaving her alone. She got up and didn't walk out because he was standing outside, so she opened the door and started checking these things. Jungkook entered and stood beside behind her. Leave me, idiot. Why got you so many years? She tried to yank his hand. He attached his face to her face and why do you avoid me so much? She just wanted to slap him, but leave me, I will start screaming. He smiled and she felt that because scream as much as you can, baby. Nobody will hear you. She pushed him. I believe that the reason behind your behavior is useless. You better stay away from him. I hate you so much against him. And I love it. He licked his lips. She made a disgusting face and walked out while he was failing. He really enjoyed it. He sat down on the chair and looked at her. She came out and started walking in yet she loosened the muffler. Staff were looking at her. What happened to her? She angrily walked out of the country. You all should focus on your work. They nodded and started working. What he think of himself is such a how can he ever forget him? I hate him so much. She shouted. Tears welled up in her eyes and but she controlled them while shutting her eyes. She grabbed herself and called, hello Carl, I'm going back. Yeah, everything is okay. Mom is alone at home and that's why I decided to visit her. Okay, bye. She cut the call and sped up the car. Flashback. On the call, I'm in our room. What are you doing there? I came here to sit down. I want some alone time, but there are so many things here. She said by grabbing the broom. Okay, but I'm wait. I'm coming. I nodded and cut the call. Once I was checking this thing, but suddenly a boy came. He was smoking me, and he got up without saying anything. And was about to go, but he grabbed her hand. Where are you going, Junior? Leave my hand. She tried to yank his hand, but he pinned her on the wall. She tried to push him, but he started touching her and got her defense. She tried to grab the things, and then she grabbed it and hurt him. Giselle stopped on her way as she sensed the danger. She stopped, grabbed and ran towards that room where Brian was. She opened the door and saw that one was crying while holding, and she was on the table filled it. One was wearing her terror and one were trembling, and her tears were falling. Brian, he was forcing himself, she said, and Giselle grabbed her and they both ran out. Now what will happen? Don't worry, I will saw a few guards running that they will save you. Who will save me? I will save you. Nobody will harm you, she said while covering her face. I did that to save myself. Yeah, I know. If you now stop crying, I will save you from them. Okay, they started walking. And after that, they tried everything to save her. They wanted to prison her, but Giselle and her family didn't let that happen. At that moment, why didn't meet Carl? My life became hard after that. Her smiley face and sad, and she stopped talking to anyone. And Meg was out of the country and didn't know what happened to her. She started hating boys, and after university, she left everyone. Meg was heartbroken, and then he came to know that she has a good relationship with a boy named Carl. He doesn't know that Carl was just her friend. He called her before marrying. Man just wanted to know what she think of himself now. Man, I'm getting married. Congratulations, man. He got surprised. Are you happy? Yeah, but I can't attend your wedding because I'm not in Korea. I hope you don't. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, bye. She cut the call. He tightened his grip around the cell phone and sat down. He thought that she fell in love with Cal, so he ganged up with another company because of jealousy. He tried to kill her. Her accident happened because of it. Now start Here and Jungkook's story. When she was going through so much after she met him, he even didn't die, and Vine was depressed because she doesn't want him. But one day she went to God. There she saw him sitting on the chair. She got scorned after seeing his beauty. They were all alone in that room. She sat down on the chair silently. He was staring at her. His attention was not soon well. Seen while she was playing with the fingers, he got up and walked towards her. Tell me about your name. I really want to know your name. She looked at him. My name is Rosalie. When she told him it's not Rosalie, my beautiful name. Just like you do, your parents give your name this name because of your pink cheeks. He was getting uncomfortable because of his useless questions. Leave me, and then everything. Flashback and shameless man asking me why I ate him. She wiped her tears. Now why are you crying? Giselle entered the room. I don't know why. She smiled and sat beside her. You are still that innocent. I'm not innocent. I changed. I'm not a coward. Good, but why do you come back? I have to solve a case, and also my mother was alone. Dad is out of the country. Okay, I came here to say goodbye. She surprisingly looked at Giselle. What goodbye? I'm going with my husband. He wants me to live with him, so I'm leaving my job. Mine became sad. Don't be sad. I advise you to get married. It's a useless thing. No, it's not useless. You will be a happy girl. I'm not interested in getting married, so please don't talk about it. Okay, and then they talked about random things. 1 week later, I will destroy you, but that man grabbed her by her throat. You are nothing in front of me. Understand? Genuine limits. You can't do anything. He pushed her and she fell down on the floor while holding her throat. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not scared of you. You will. He grabbed the file and walked her by the cards. He started massaging her throat. Mine was not scared because she was not afraid of that. Many people tried to kill her, but every time she didn't die and just got alive. Within a week, she won the case against that man, even knowing that man would kill him. Carl was sitting here along with his friends. By holding his coat and went out. What happened he asked, but without answering, he ran out. Where is she? She's in her house. The man sent a few men for her. Carl cut the call. Why don't act like a stubborn? Leave that house. No, I will not. I'm not afraid of him. When he will kill you, I can't save you because I'm not in Korea. Why then don't save me? I'm ready to die. She cut the call. Of course, Carl can't do anything because he himself is powerful in Korea, but he was not in Korea. Because of that, he can't do anything. There are so many rich people in Korea, and he can't forbid them while living in New York. They will only stop when he will there. Suddenly, the door of their room burst open, and a few creepy men entered. She got up, and they grabbed her and dragged her outside the house. Her mother and father tried to stop them, but all unaware. They tied her tightly around her neck, which was causing her breathing problems. On the other side of the wall, they tied a wild dog post which was attached to the girl's leg. There was a hole in the wall through which both of them were trapped together. The dog was so wild. She was holding her throat and trying to breathe, but this is what you are in front of him. Her tears were falling because of the tight leash. Paula was standing up, but suddenly the main door opened and the Jungkook entered, who had grabbed the leash and pulled it in. The leash opened and she fell down on the ground heavily. A few hours later, she opened her eyes and saw herself on the bed. He was sitting on the chair beside her and staring at her. She made an outfit and said, okay. He removed the remembrance and angrily got up. Where are you going? It's none of your business. She angrily, not even thank you. You should thank me, he said while walking behind her. Thank you, and I don't have me again because I don't need your help. He walked towards her. Why are you like this? I literally want to marry you. Once I dropped. What? I will never marry you. Why? He grabbed her hand. She angrily yanked his hand. Don't act like you don't know. Idiot, she started walking. What are you talking about? She walked out of the mansion. 1 month later, Jaco kept asking her and she kept denying the proposal. She was sitting there while reading something on her cell phone, but suddenly Celine entered. He was her senior. She looked at him and smiled. Welcome, Celine. And I heard that Jungkook wants to marry you. Yeah, but I reject him. Well, I know. So what do you think of this? I will not marry him. Why? This is your chance to destroy him. Don't forget what he did to you. Celine was the only person who knew that because he was that moment. Marry him and take your revenge. You always want that. Yeah, accept his proposal and then marry him. He also deserves punishment. And then he started inciting her against Jungkook. The next day, Jungkook added and boss Miss Wine came to meet you. He frowned. What? He started walking towards the couches and saw her sitting on the couch. So how do you miss me? I want to talk to you. He sat down. What do you want to talk about? I'm ready to marry you. He got surprised. What, really? Yes. I realized that you changed. You are a good guy. Yes, I'm a good guy, but you always think wrong of me. Yes, I did wrong. Let's get married. He smiled while showing his teeth. The next day, his parents came and met her. They liked her and they fixed the wedding date. Jungkook was so happy, but when Kyle came to notice, he lost his mind. Jungkook was his cousin and he didn't want to react in front of him, so he called Kyle. On the call, why are you marrying him? Why did you see him? Kyle, he's the best. She saved me from Paulo. So I saved you many times. Then why him? Is he more important to you than me? She shouted. Carl, I can't stop this now. Why? Because my parents fixed the date and I don't want to break this relationship now because of reputation. He angrily cut the current through his cell phone on the couch. One sat down while holding her phone and suddenly her cell phone started ringing. She looked at the other call and it was Jungkook. She made a note with and picked up the call. Where are you? Of course at home. Don't you need something? No, I don't need anything. Dinner, but dinner, yeah. Actually, I'm so busy, so I can't go. Celine at she looked at him, he smiled and sat down in front of her. I can't go, Janko tried to understand. Are you talking to him? He said while signing, and she nodded. Okay, then why do you work? Why? She cut the call and looked at Celine. So are you ready? Yeah. He smiled and put his hand on her hand. She looked at their hands and then to his face. I'm always with you, don't hesitate to call me. She felt something but didn't show and just nodded. On the day of the wedding, towards him while holding her father's hands and having her arm in her mind. And having her aim in her mind, I grabbed her hand softly and they both stood in front of each other. Celine and Carl were not there because Celine was Shanku's rival and Carl didn't want to come. I announced you husband and wife, you can kiss each other. He smiled and came towards her while putting her hand towards him by him. She was looking into his eyes, but suddenly she saw another man behind the curtain and it was Celine's eyes. His eyes beautiful blue eyes staring at her. Rich businessman clapping, he looked at her was smiling. He was so rich and had so many properties but didn't know about her. She also smiled and after seeing his beautiful smile then again. Her eyes traveled on that curtain but no one there. Slim was gone. His car stopped in front of the house. She looked at the house and then to him. She thought that he lived in a big gas machine but he didn't. They came out of the car while holding hands. The fireworks started and she looked in the sky. They walked towards the house, and when she entered, the house was decorated with red flowers. Everything was decorated, even a lamp was covered with red flowers. She stopped, and the house was full of the flower scent. Red flower is your favorite color, am I right? She nodded, and they walked towards the room. The next day, she was laying beside him while he was sleeping. She was staring into the window. Her mind was full of singing words. Flashback. Don't let him touch you, okay? Why do you want to destroy him? Because if I was the only person who saw you in that condition, I understand your pains. You were so innocent. I want you to take revenge, he said while putting his hand on her. Flashback and she was in her thoughts, but suddenly he put his arm on her. She flinched and looked at him. What are you watching? I was watching the flowers. Good, but now you have to get ready because we have to go to New York. She frowned her brows and why? He chuckled and I have a surprise for you. Okay, he hugged her waist and suddenly sat down. While holding her breath and she looked at him with her and let's get ready, she nodded. They changed and ate breakfast and went on their journey. She was thinking why did he not talk about that matter, but then she forgot everything and went with him. They came out of the plane and saw Carl standing. His face fell after saying up with him. She smiled after saying bye, but he didn't smile. They walked towards Carl and Jungkook. Why didn't you attend the wedding? Actually, I was busy. You know that I have to deal with that corner. Yeah, it's so hard. Carl smiled and they all started walking while one was holding Jungkook's arm. They all sat down on the car and Ryan and Jungkook sat together and Carl sat in front of them. One was still holding his arm and Carl looked at it and then he looked outside. They all looked so dashing and beautiful. They were standing but bargaining. It seems like the car had so much beauty. The car stopped in front of a beautiful house and they all came out. Carl looked at Jungkook and saw him smiling. So you purchased this house for me for your wife? Yes, I heard that one like this type of houses. One started up after seeing the house dream house. You know my house. Do you like it, fine? Yes, he said while nodding and after ending his house. She thought that she never get the enter and she looked around and got a moist after saying it's pretty car. You did a great job. Jungkook and Carl left for company and now she was sitting in her dream house happily while chatting with Celine on the message. Did he something? No, he didn't touch me. She was talking without any shame. Yeah, I thought that he would be forced on me, but he didn't. My thing is so changed. I don't care how much he changed. He can't let me forget what he did. You did too, so don't show him anything at night. Hingaran was amazed after seeing that she was standing in a black or dress and red lipstick and looking at him while smiling. He smiled and started walking towards her. She smiled and yes, she also started walking. His expression turned red. He came back with a scarf and sat down on his lap by putting the scarf around his neck. He was staring at her like crazy. She didn't understand why his stares were different from that Jungkook. She looked into his eyes while holding the scarf around his neck and suddenly she realized that she got up and he grabbed her hand. She was confused about what she did. She ran towards her room and he followed her. They entered the room and fell down on the bed. He was staring into her soul and she was scared. Her breath was fast and he leaned towards her ear and, do you want me to do it with you or not? No. He paused a smile and got up. Does he have personality disorder? He was a different person before. Well, forget him because I'm dumb who started it. I am so dumb, she said while putting her face into the pillow. I just want to show him that I am his real wife. Jungkook, do you have personality disorders? He looked at her while holding the spoon in front of his mouth. No, you are asking this because of last night. Yes, she said without hesitation. Actually, I have so much control over myself. I never lose it because it's my control. She frowned after hearing this statement. She started to think that he was mental. Why? And my brother is coming next month. She got shocked. You have a brother? He looked at her again. Yeah, I don't have a good relationship with him. But why? I don't like his personality. Oh, is he coming to meet you? Yeah, my parents want me to talk to him, he said while taking a bite. Okay, she started eating. 1 month later. 1 month had passed and still his brother didn't come and also she didn't give a damn about him. The relationship between them was going well. He talked about that time and they lived like that perfect project. She didn't let him know that she was contact with his rival. But Juan was staring at the beautiful yet innocent girl who was standing beside him. Her husband, he was talking to her and thought that he was ignoring her. Her eyes were pressing into her soul. The girl just came and because of her innocent Jungkook believed her so much. You really did a good job. He complimented her and went out and looked at him. The girl smiled and said in her sweet form, thank you, sir, I learned this from you. While all her eyes were sitting on the couch and stared at him to make him realize that she was also there. She didn't understand what she was doing. Her cell phone started ringing, but the jealousy was at its peak. So she didn't realize when your cell phone is ringing. What? Your cell phone is ringing. She looked at the cell phone and started Celine calling her. She cut the call. It was first time she did that. Who was calling you, my friend? Then go and talk to him. She looked at him from head to toe. I don't want to talk to him. Okay, he again started talking to Millie. And one was making weird faces while looking at them. While on the other hand, did she just got my call? Yes, boss. He clenched his fist while holding his cell phone. Is she starting to fall in love? Did he make her fall in love with him? If she fell in love with him, then who did that for me? And also, how can she? Because I thought that she will fall in love with me. His secretary was looking at him because Slim was worried and also Slim was not a younger man. He was 45 years old man and he has a attaching personality. Young girls fell for him so easily. His beauty attracts everyone, and he loved it when girls fell for him. Now he was worried about her. He kept calling her and she kept cutting the calls. His secretary was looking at him and then his gaze travels on the picture of her hanging on the wall with Jungkook. She slammed the door and Jungkook didn't understand what was happened to her. He also came out of the car and started walking with her. They came at his friend's place. They entered and met everyone. One was depressed because she doesn't want to get jealous and she didn't understand her feeling because he was the most hated man in her list. But now she got jealous after seeing him with another girl. Her life is messed up all the time. She sat silently lost in her thoughts. After eating dinner, his friends started the music and they all started dancing. He looked at her and found her staring at the floor. He grabbed her hand and she looked at him. They both stood up and he put his hand on her waist. The lights were dim and everyone was busy with each other. She looked into his and felt different. I mean, his eyes were different from that. Why his eyes were soft. As we know, she lost her control. The next morning, she opened her eyes and sat down immediately. She looked at the mess around her room and got up while holding her hand. She grabbed her shirt and wore it. Her head was spinning. She covered her mouth and her eyes filled with tears. She looked at his clothes after seeing the website. Her mind started spinning more and she fell down on the couch. Suddenly her gaze was on the paper. On the paper, I'm going to meeting, so bye. Love you. She threw the paper on the floor angry. How can you even do that? Why are you okay? Yes. In the middle of the night, she grabbed the knife and gun and put them in the pockets of her coat and went out. She sat down in the car and sped off. She came out of the car and saw him standing waiting for someone. She slowly walked towards him. The weather became so cold because of the cold air. Suddenly he turned and looked at her. His face turned into very wine. What are you doing here? And then he noticed the knife in her hands. He frowned. Wine. But she came to him and stabbed him. He looked at her with teary eyes. He can't believe what she did. This is your gift. You did that to me a few years ago. She again stabbed him and then continued to stab him in the hand and he fell down. She looked at her bloody hands and regret started coming. He was hissing in pain on the ground and suddenly the clouds came. She was walking a while crying. She didn't understand what she was crying. She looked at her hands and then the way where she came from. She was crying loudly, but suddenly a car stopped in front of her. She stopped and looked at the car. A man opened the door and he came out. Shanku, he whispered, did you kill him? Yes, but who is he? He is Jungkook, his brother, and she saw him smoking and realized that Cook was the one who did that with her. Celine and Cook were smoking, her face fell and she looked back. Did she kill the wrong person? She again looked at Cook. The smoke, the hairstyle, the body was the same. Love to see you again, Rosalie. But when he called with her real name, she realized that he was that guy, not Jungkook. Jungkook didn't do anything. The world around her stopped and she stared into Cook's eyes. She turned and was about to run towards that street where Jungkook was, but he turned. She looked at him. He tired, dumb girl. His marks were saying this.